Hello everyone. So today we'll make a new type of material design. This design would be something like this. So this is actually a clone design of Play Playstore. You'll see whenever you open any app in Playstore, you'll see something like this. On this, the status bar is totally transparent, and whenever you drag down, this thing collapse, and this image is actually exists under the toolbar. Okay, and this app is using the space of the status bar, and whenever we drag down, that is changing color with collapsing, and anytime we drag up, it shows the toolbar. And the one thing you can see, whenever I'm dragging down, here it appears the toolbar. Actually the toolbar is present. Toolbar is also transparent, same as status bar, that is also changing color, and at this position that is also collapsing below the status bar, and so on. So this is a very friendly environment for a scrolling activity, and that's the reason I'm going to show you how to do it. But actually I will go from the scratch. I will use a blank activity. It will take a lot of time, but I hope you will enjoy that, because on this topic we will understand a lot of things. uh, if you are aware of Android Studio, you know that in Android Studio 3.0.1, the default theme is App Compact V7 version 7. In older version, you will not find the same theme, but for our purpose, we really need that. So if you are using the older version, you should add this dependency on your project. And if you are not, then you are free to go with. But one thing you also have to implement, not the add, because this dependency is already in our app. We only need to implement that. The thing is, let me show you the coordinate layout, or you can say that the design thing. So the implementation, come on, don't be that messy. Implementation.com.android, oops, android.support.design, support.design. The version should be 26.1.0. This is the current version in December 2017. This is the 31st December, and everything should be fine if you have just copied this line properly as I have write it down. So after that, just sync that again. Probably it will start downloading some jar file. Yeah, failed to resolve com.android. Is there anything I have missed? com.android.support.design DESICN.26.1.0. I don't think I have missed anything. Let's try this again. Okay, if you Okay, I will delete the constraint layout because that is not needed now. No, that is actually not the issue. I hope I need to download this. So there is another way you can do this together at a single time. The way is pretty simple. I'll show you. Go to your layout. Okay, go to your layout. Okay, come on. Hello. Yeah, that has come. Yeah, I don't need that. Actually, I don't need that also. But, and we'll use this design folder. And you can see all of them are asking for some download things. So this operation requires the library design. Would you like that? Yes. So if we do this, I hope this will download first perfectly. If actually this is the auto process and I was showing the manual process, sometimes the manual process doesn't work perfectly, but auto process does actually. Yeah, that is done. I hope. Yeah, I have added the constraint layout into my project. Perfect. So I'll change this on here. Pretty much good. I don't need this. Neither it. So perfect. We got the coordinate layout, and I hope the design thing is all. Yeah, you can see the all of the download sign is now gone, and you can now check the build creator. Where is the line? Here is the line. The support design.implement. So we learn something new. Sometimes the manual process doesn't work, so you have to go with the auto process. And now we can go the values style. Just copy the previous theme because I don't want to overwrite anything. I want to create all of things by myself. App theme, no action bar. Just change the dark action bar as no action bar and add two items with that. The first thing is window action bar false. I want to use the window action bar as my title bar. I will use my customized title bar. This I don't want to see the title name on the title bar, so I'll also add a new item. Window no title is equal to true this time, and I'll change the color primary dark value into transparent. So because as we know, color primary dark contains the color info for the status bar, and we want the status bar transparent. That's why we must need to change this color into transparent. So that is still asking for. Okay, I don't have any problem with that. This is important for changing the color of status bar. That is great. And after that, you can go with manifest and Android manifest. You just have to change the theme into your new app theme no action bar, and by my habit that is not that important, I will also change the theme of the activity into no action bar. As you know, if we set the theme in the activity, the application theme will be overridden. That's why that is not that important. Now we'll go to the layout and start designing. First thing first, I will go with the height and weight, but I will use the status bar space, and for the reason I need to use fits system window is equal to true. If this is true, then we can use the space of status bar in our app. You can see actually where is that? That is gone probably. I hope if I run that again. Oh, okay, just keep it behind. Actually, we will use the space that is dedicated for the status bar as our app space, so that is actually very important for using the space. You can see whenever we start the app. Okay, I'll show you. I hope connect. Yes. Connect that. Come on, don't make me crazy. That's done. We can see if we just run that. Our app is actually using the space that is dedicated for the status bar. You can see that is also using this space. So that is the reason. Oh my god, that is showing an ad. I'm sorry for that. That is the reason I have to use this. Okay. So Android fits system window true. And after that we will customize our toolbar. For that reason I will use actually app layout. I'll tell you something about app layout. Give me some time. Layout, and I will give the weight as match parent and hide the wrap content. That is good for me. App layout can contain all the codes for toolbar or action bar or title bar, menu bar. That means it's actually contain the toolbar properties. When you have multiple things like collapsing or some type of very important customization with some collapsing animation, expanding animation, or some type of floating wizard, then this is the best thing to go with. So that's why I'm using Android support design wizard that app layout, and I'm using this. And after that I also saying that fits. Okay, so fifth system window is equal to true. That's done in here for me. Yeah, that's done. And I don't think I should use anything beyond that. I'll now use collapsing toolbar layout. You will find that on the design property. Probably it should be on the design wizard. Then I have a wizard collapsing toolbar. If you don't find it in here, don't worry, you can just write it down. So I'll say collapsing toolbar layout. Yep, there is it. I'll use definitely the mesh parent, and height I'll use 180 dp. This is standard for me. You can just make it up and down as you want. You can customize that. And now I will use two extra lines. The first line is content scream. If you don't know about content scream, I will tell you what is that. Go with primary. Actually, the content scream means that the folded state. When our app is in a folded state, that means when this is in this position, this is the expanded state and this is the folded state. That is called scream or scream. So if our content is scream, then I will change the color to color primary. This will change the toolbar or action bar color, and I will use another line for the status bar. So status bar scream, I will definitely go with the primary. This will give me a perfect look. And after this line, I will also use the free system window is equal to true. And there is still another line is badly needed. The line is title enabled is equal to false. And what is that for? If you use this, if you don't use this line, whenever you are scrolling, you will find something really terrifying. That means the app will not, or the app bar or the toolbar will not be folded or will not be collapsed. So this line is very important. You can see now I don't have any type of title bar. So if you don't use that, this thing will not collapse. So that is very important. And after that, I will use some drag flag or scroll flag. That is really important for scrolling. So I will use, actually I need to call this scroll flag. That should be fine for me. Scroll flags. Layout is scroll flags, and I will use scroll or inter always or inter always collapsed. Inter always collapsed, that means whenever we're dragging down, it will collapse entire thing. Always collapse, that means that will be collapsed always. And inter always is needed for dragging up, and you will show the toolbar. The inter always collapse is really important. I will show you. From the okay, for this thing you need the inter always collapse. Okay, and for dragging up we can see the title bar. For this thing you need the inter always, and for both these properties we need the scroll. So that is the reason I'm using these three flag. And after that, what you have to do, you need to now design the toolbar as you want. For me, I'll use image view. I will get the name with as basically I will go with the match parent and height. I will use the height 200 dp. You can see I'm using little more bigger image view because the status bar actually containing 20 dp size, so that's why I'm using 200 dp, or maybe you can go with even larger 200 or 220, but make the collapsing toolbar size is little bit smaller than the image view size. Okay, so that is very important. This line is very important. And after that, this Windows system is equal to true. All the thing that will have the space of the status bar near this line, free system window. This image view also will contain the status bar space, so that is why using this line also for the image view. And after that, I'll need to use scale type, and center crop is very better. That will crop the image for being in the center. And after that, I need the source. I'll use this for now, but I'll change that after this course. So if you're done with your source, then you can add some two new properties like layout collapsing. If you don't know that, I'm going to describe to you. This is actually from apps. So layout collapsing, that is not coming out. Layout why it's not coming out? Collapse mode layout. Tip app is not coming. Oh, that is the reason. So that somehow it just didn't parenthesize that. So collapse mode, I'll use parallax. This will go with the scrolling. Okay, that means I'm showing you. This collapse mode means this image bar will be parallel with the scrolling things. You can see this thing is also working parallelly. That's the thing called parallax. And after that, you need one more line. That's the collapse parallax multiplier. That means how much should it be. If you need to make it faster movement, you should use something like 0.9. If you don't need to move that at all, you can use 0.1 or something like that. Sometimes you can go with the 0 even, but if you want to go with just parallelly, you can use 0.6. That is perfect for you. And after that, we are done with image view. Now we need the toolbar, the perfect toolbar thing. I will use the V7 wizard toolbar. Basically, I'm good the mesh parent and wrap content. No, I'll use the action bar, attribute action bar size. This is also better. Attribute action bar size, yeah, that is also good. And the next line I'm gonna use is a little bit messy, you can say. Collapsing. The collapse mode as pin. That means I don't want to. I wanna collapse this toolbar um, parallelly with collapsing everything. For example, you can see in here my toolbar is pinning in here, and that is not going anywhere, that is just not moving, that is just pinned. That is called pin. Here is my toolbar, nothing happening, so that is called pinning. And if you're done with that, I have to say that there is nothing. Okay, I'm just shorting this. There's nothing you should do else. Everything is done. Bravo, you have done a very good thing. So good. And now I'll use the second layout. This is, as you can call that, the body layout. Now source. What should be the file name? I will use the content. Content is gonna be fine. Yep. Run I'll use under support before visit. Nested scroll view. Yeah, this is a good thing. And after that, you can go with the match parent thing. This is good to go with. And I'll now add a new line. This is called layout behavior. This is very important. Okay. Dot layout. Dot layout behavior. Here is that. So you know, I'll go with the app name. This is very important. You should write this line because this will define that tell the toolbar to get the dragging or scrolling activity from this layout. Okay, and you can add some tools if you want, but they're not mandatory. For example, I will add some tools. Okay, I don't want to see that. Showing, I will use showing layout sub ups layout activity main. This one can be added for the tools showing. The next thing I will go with the text view. Just get everything you want. Ref content, and put some margin. And for text, I'll use Okay, let's create a string that should hold some of our text. String. There's our text. This is the oops. Our text. Just write anything you want. Everything would be in your space. Okay. When you're done, just add that string as your text field. Now open your activity main and add a include line after above. That means after this thing type of whole header things. This is now the body comes in. Include layout. Layout content is scrolling. Close something like something like that. If you want a fab button, you can add, but I don't think this is really important to add a fab button with the app. You know, these fab things. Okay, I'll add this. I just add this because I wanna. Actually, you can just drag it. I hope. So floating action button. I'm gonna drag that just behind this. Everything should be fine. I'll use which icon should I use? Any I can just add anything. That is the reason I can't really. Okay, just use this. And if you're done with that, just make some thing here. Use the ref content thing with the fab and get a margin, please. Margin is always better for customizing things. And you need the anchor. Actually, this is really important, and for that you need to go and layout anchor. That means which of the things it should follow for getting collapsing or for following. So the anchor I'll use is the app bar. Okay, so using the app bar, I need to add a ID. I'll use app bar. Oops. And okay, this looks better. I'll use the app bar. So we are done with the anchor. That means the anchor of the floating button is on the toolbar. As long as the toolbar is present, this floating action bar is also present on your layout. So that is really interesting, I hope. And after that, you definitely should use anchor gravity. That is very important. And call layout anchor gravity. And in that case, I will use right center or right bottom. Actually, right center, the center, right bottom. Let's see what happens. You can see The design is like we wanted. It is so good, but we don't have enough. Let's change the text size to 50 dp. Let's see. Whatever now. Yeah, now I hope this is scrollable. And if you have done everything like me, I hope you are almost done. Next, I need to add some line in here. Actually, this is important for collapsing the title, or that means hiding the title on the toolbar or the title bar, as well as showing the title on the toolbar of the title bar. So just go with that. First thing first, I need the toolbar. So I'll say toolbar B7, please. Toolbar is equal to font view with id r dot id dot. Now one thing, I don't think you have added any id to the toolbar, so I'm sorry to say that you have to go back on your XML apps and give any id to the toolbar. So this is my toolbar. I'll give an id on that, m2 or toolbar. Okay, yeah, that's looking great. And after that, you need to go for your Java. Ups, yeah. .id.m toolbar. That is perfect. And now we need to add this toolbar as the action bar. So set support action bar this toolbar. And if you are done with that, the toolbar things is done. Now we can go for the floating button. The floating bar action button fib. I can go for the fib. Find view by id r dot id dash content id. I hope loading. Yeah, that should be content id because I have dragged it. So let's see what is the idea of that. Fib id is floating action button. It's too big. Yeah, that is the thing. And after that, if you want to set an action listener, you can set like that, set on action. Oh shit, set on click listener. And I hope you know what to write next. If you don't, I'll tell you. View dot on click listener that will implement the method. And if you need any snack bar, I hope you know what is snack bar that comes from the below. That is called a snack bar. Snack bar that made. You can go with that as you want, but I'm not gonna give you the code because that will take me a long time. And after that, if you are done with me, then you can go for app bar layout. So app bar layout, yeah, app bar layout is equal to app bar layout. Okay, do it in the another line. Find view by id r dot id dot app bar layout. So that's it, and after that I'm gonna set the app bar layout to parties. I'll use the add one offset change listener. That means when the app bar layout is on and when that is off. Okay, so as we know, when that is off we don't need any type of title, and when that is off we need the title on the toolbar. Change listener, then I can say new app bar layout that on off change listener. Yes, this interface will be fine. And on offset and vertical, that is perfect for me, I hope. Yes, if now I'm getting, if vertical offset less than equal to app bar layout dot get total scroll range plus toolbar dot get height. Somehow toolbar is not finding. For the reason behind that is it can access the toolbar. Yeah, now it's getting it. Get height. You can see that's turned into final, and that's why it's can get the get height. Yeah. Now I'm gonna explain this line. If the vertical offset is less than or equal to app bar layout dot get total scroll length, that means the total scroll length plus toolbar height, that will be your app height. If your app screen height, or the is actually the total height of your app, is less than vertical offset, then we'll say, let me show you, we'll say toolbar dot set title is equal to anything you want, new activity. I want to say a name. Okay, and else if I'm dragging more than, that means if you are dragging more than your app size, so I'm gonna say toolbar dot set title equal to, just make that a space, this would be fine. And if you need any type of toolbar options, so just use on option, item selected. I want create option menu would be first choice, on create option menu, and use the menu get menu inflator dot inflate at art dot menu. I hope you will not find menu because we didn't add actually the menu folder into there, so into directory, not the directory actually. I'll carry the under resource directory. Yeah, I'll use that as menu. In here you can create any menu XML. So my menu and just add anything you want, any menu item. And add this to your dot menu dot menu. That should be right. Menu, yeah, that is done, and return true. True, I have said true. Return true, that's it. And as you know, if we need to do anything, you can do it. And this line I'm